Hey guys, D Smooth here, and I've realized that there is too many hacks in anime nowadays. There's way too many hacks. There's just way too many hacks to a point where it ruins the series. When you look at shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, uh, you see you see Gojo's Infinity, you see Chainsaw Man, all the things that Makima does. It's just ridiculous. It's gotten to the point. Hacks have gotten to the point where the anime doesn't function as a believable universe. Like you look at Naruto, look at the Uchiha, and all the crazy things they can do. It stops being believable that anybody can be an Uchiha at all. Oh, but wait a minute, no, those are just the top level Uchiha can do. They all have that potential. Realistically, a lot more of them would have been able to do this. It starts when you add so many crazy hacks into a show, it makes it unbelievable. Like it's like when you look at Bleach, and you have Aizen's Zanpakuto control all five of the senses, and literally everybody in Soul Society except for Ichigo has fallen for that. Realistically, if you have that ability and you wanted to take over the world or whatever it is you want to do, you could have literally just made everybody fight each other and they all would have just wiped each other out off the map. And done. Soul Society's gone. You didn't even need to do that. You wouldn't if you have that, then you don't even need to hope this Soviet people or whatever it is. It gets to the point where the universe starts being believable anymore because you have crazy stuff like this. We need to bring back moderate hacks. Like you look at why people love Goku so much. His abilities are just punching and kicking with a little extra stuff on the side. That's really all it comes down to. Punch and kick with a little extra stuff. It's all these hacks hacks are getting too crazy. When you look at again Jujutsu Kaisen, we see Gojo's Infinity. But then you have Yuta, who can literally a copy sorcerer. He can copy other people's things, which means he can also copy Infinity, which inadvertently makes him the strongest guy. He's inadvertently the strongest character. Like, how am I supposed to believe Gojo's the strongest when Yuta can just copy his thing? You've kind of broken your universe when you introduce these crazy hacks. Let's say the best powers from a writing standpoint are just punching and kicking with a little extra stuff on the side. When you look at, why do people love Spider-Man so much? Because his powers are cool, but also moderate. It's just punch and kick with a little extra stuff, like sticking to walls and stuff. Right now, in terms of believable universes, Western comics are doing better than manga. In terms of believable universe, when you set aside all the woke crap, it's that it's gotten to a point where the universe has stopped being believable. How the hell are you supposed to fight Uchiha when it can warp reality? It's like, no, dumb. It doesn't make sense anymore. It's like Neji was right. It gets too out of hand. Hacks used to be just like a small thing that will give you an advantage. Like having like cells regeneration. Because it takes time, it's really not that big a deal. Now Majin Buu, he was a little over the top, but at the same time, there's plenty of characters who can rival him in power. It's like hacks are getting too crazy now. It makes the universe not function right. It's one thing if you have a hacks-based universe like Black Clover. Everybody's got crazy hacks. So really, let's say you have this really broken ability. Like if Gojo went over to Black Clover, a lot of characters could mollywop because like his infinity can only take you so far. And then it doesn't make sense because one day they'll introduce a guy with a really broken ability, like in Jujutsu Kaisen Geto, he can summon and control other cursed spirits. Now theoretically that'd be super overpowered. Yet he somehow keeps losing to guys with way lesser abilities than him. Their abilities in comparison, I mean, they're no joke. But you think that Geto would have the other hand? No. And it gets to a point where the whole universe just starts jobbing. The whole universe is jobbing. When you introduce these crazy characters, these crazy hacks, you gotta keep hacks to a minimum. Or if you are gonna introduce these crazy hacks, have as few characters have that ability as possible. And know who I blame for this? Naruto. Ever since the war arc, they started just popping out weird ability. The Uchiha started popping out crazy ability after crazy ability after crazy ability, and it got to the point where it's just freaking ridiculous. And then Bleach started doing it when they introduced Yuhaba, and then they had, and he can like, oh, he can alter the future to make outcomes that he wants. Oh, that's super overpowered. In order to beat him, we gotta plan things out and stuff. No, just introduce more crazy hacky abilities. I think that Bleach did their war arc better than Naruto did still. And then you can do a fake course correction. In Boruto, they started negating many of those hack stuff by absorb. Which, by the way, when Dragon Ball introduced absorption, they immediately threw it away because it breaks the curse. When Boruto started doing absorption, they spammed it everywhere. None of the jutsus mattered. No, all those crazy summoning things. You could summon a giant toe. You could do the paper bomb. Do all this crazy stuff. None of it matters because the enemy can just absorb all of it. And oh, and you think now? Normally speaking, absorption wouldn't be that big of a deal. But when you start being able to absorb literally freaking anything, it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, come on, bro. It stops being fun. It stopped. There was something special about Dragon Ball. And I'm not saying that every single show has to be like Dragon Ball. I'm saying that the hacks should be kept to a minimum unless you have a hacks-based universe. If your whole verse is built around hacks, like Black Clover, then that's fine. You can go as crazy as you want. It's a hacks-based verse. But when you don't have a hacks-based verse, when you have a skill-based verse, then the hacks need to be kept to the minimum. And anime nowadays is just, they're introducing all these crazy hacks abilities. Like when they introduced Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen, the writer didn't know what to do with him, but he had such a broken ability. Because Jujutsu Kaisen wasn't a hacks-based verse. It was a skill and power-based verse. And then this hacks character showed up out of nowhere. And this is the problem with anime nowadays. There's too many hacks. If you have a hacks-based verse like Black Clover, that's fine. If you don't have a hacks-based verse, then you shouldn't have super hacksy crazy characters. Naruto started off as a skill-based verse with lots of power, with some hacks inside, and the hacks got too crazy. And he said, oh, but there's power though. Things like the Nine Tails, they can just eviscerate countries and stuff, so it's balanced. Okay. Then you start introducing the... I forgot the freaking names. Those stupid ass aliens who can absorb literally everything. And it nullifies everything and just turns into a Dragon Ball fight. I like Dragon Ball, but Naruto's supposed to be a skill-based unit, not a power-based unit. So, just hacks are getting way too crazy nowadays. So, what you guys think below. Like, subscribe. See you later.